Kyrie talks about what the C's have done defensively, especially this season, especially with such young guys taking on such heavy loads for this Celtics defense. But offensively, 36 points, a season high at home, 12 of 21 from the field. That's 57%. When Kyrie's performing like that, he's nearly impossible to stop.
He really is. And we know he's a great one-on-one player. We've seen it throughout his career. I thought, obviously, when he played in Cleveland, a lot of one-on-one, a lot of isolation. Brad Stevens now gets him moving without the basketball, playing without the ball, getting help from his teammates. And of course, we know in those situations, particularly in the fourth quarter, now he's fresh. Now he can go ISO like he did down the stretch. When he's doing that, when he's being aggressive and he's efficient, I'll tell you, this team with the balanced scoring they have and the coaching of Brad Stevens, they pretty much can beat anybody.
But he talked about getting it done defensively first, and they certainly did so, holding Philadelphia to 41.7% from the field. They're 19-1 when they hold their opponent to 49% from the field or less. There was no Joel Embiid in this one, but what can be said of what Ben Simmons was able to accomplish really with not much help? His second game of the season with at least 15 points, at least 15 rebounds, 5 rebounds, at least 5 assists, and at least 5 steals.
Yeah, I mean, his versatility, he really, obviously not having Embiid tonight hurt, but just doing it all for his ball club, getting steals, creating opportunities for his teammates. I love his game. He's not a shooter. He's not a guy that's going to, wow you from the perimeter, but he gets into the paint. He understands who he is and what he can do. And still, even though his team lost, very impressive for this young man tonight and early in the season.
The Sixers, though, are 1-2 without Joel Embiid. He would rest in this one, but he's talked about that load management that we've seen the Sixers keep him on, the minutes restriction, not playing in back-to-backs, saying that perhaps that could change starting in January. How big a change would it be for this franchise?
Well, I mean, look, the bottom line is he has not finished the season healthy for the Philadelphia Sixers. You have to think big picture, long-term perspective. He has been so dynamic, really, arguably one of the top, if not the top big guys in the league, and for a guy who hasn't really played a full season. But yeah, with his history, the injuries, the setbacks he's had, you have to be cautious, you have to be careful, and I'm glad Philadelphia is not getting seduced into playing him more and more. They're being very careful.
Then do you agree that it should change starting in January?
I think so. I think you can maybe reevaluate things, take a look. Let's get through, as a franchise, the first 2 months, and then let's determine from there. But the key is for him to be healthy at the end of the season, and if they have a chance and they're in the picture, to be available for the team during the playoffs. And I think, it's realistic for them to be in the playoff picture.